I keep hearing that the P&T director couldn't find anyone to fill her positions that were qualified. Well, if we try to fill the positions in the lab with what would be the true requirement, we would have jobs remain open for several years.
I'm against the residency requirement. I feel, and I'm against it because of discrimination against a black officer.
My name is Eddie Simmons. I'm president of the Ethical Society of Police, which is a black police officers organization. We currently have civilian employees in our organization, and on behalf of them, I'm asking that the rules be lifted for them, that they be able to move where they want to move.
And the only thing that we're asking is that you give the civic employees a chance to move wherever they would like to move.
Periodically, it becomes increasingly more difficult to deal with some of the issues that are particular to city dwellers. One of the things that greatly concern me is the overpopulation in some of the housing units, the increasing or overabundance of out-of-control children, and all of the other associated problems.
I really can't afford to live where I want to live in the city. That's the only thing that's really keeping me, in this area. I have been an employee for 9 years in a radio repair, and I really enjoy my job. But I would like to move outside of the city because I can find affordable housing.
You've been touting a lot about the city's comeback, and this is the third such meeting that we've had on the residency requirement, and over you keep hearing people fighting to move out of the city.
I'm not hearing the same thing you're hearing.
You're not hearing these civilian residents, civilian employees?
I'm hearing mostly civilian residents. I'm hearing mostly civilian employees basically wanting to be able to move to wherever they want to. But if you heard the people speaking tonight at the end who oppose lifting the residency, and you listened to the applause and you looked at who was applauding in the audience, that the vast majority of the residents of the city, non-employees, non-civilian employees, strongly were in support of maintaining a residency requirement. That's what I have found in the meetings that I have seen.
I support the residency rule for civilian employees of the police department. I think it's important that you live where you work. I think it's important that we stand together and try to make things better where we live rather than trying to run off.
I'm against civilians moving outside of the city of St. Louis. I was against the police officers moving outside of the city of St. Louis, and I'm against any city resident that's on the city payroll to be living outside of the city.
I would like to stand here and say that I am in total opposition of civilians moving outside of the St. Louis area. I was in opposition of the police officers moving outside of the city, because I truly believe that we need to begin to deal with the issues in our home, in our own backyard.
There's going to be a non-binding referendum on the ballot in November, submitted to all the voters of the city of St. Louis to decide whether they believe that civilian employees should live in the city of St. Louis, as well as uniform officers. That'll give us, I think, a more accurate indication of what the people of St. Louis want.
Is the police corps going to wait for their decision until after that?
I mean, what you're seeing is a lot of the same people are testifying at every. There's several people testified tonight that have testified in other meetings, and frankly, tonight there was a total of, I think, 13 people testified. We have 350,000 residents in the city of St. Louis, and I'm sure there's a lot more than 13 in this neighborhood alone that have an opinion on this issue, and I think they need to be heard as well, and that's why I think that's what's important about the non-binding referendum in November.
So the police board will wait until after that vote before they make a decision?
I'm hoping they do. They should. That's not going to be up to me.